Hi, welcome everyone to the Trance Q&A once more, and happy St. Patrick's Day. I'm going to go to Kate to do the opening prayer tonight, followed by Spirit's Philosophy, and then allowing everyone to ask their questions to Sister Savannah. So I'm just going to mute you now, Kate. There you go.
Thank you. Can we bow our heads, please, in prayer? Dear Lord, our Father, thank you for being here with us this evening, here with the vessel, and hopefully Savina and Lavinda, who will share their wise words with us and their advice and give us blessings. Sorry, guys. May I say also thank you to everybody else who are here today. And what we learn, may we be able to pass it on to others who are looking for light, who are looking for spiritual guidance. May we be open up and tell them about ourselves and how wonderfully it's affected our lives, so that they too may also enjoy the love of God and realize what He has taught us, that life is eternal. And it's thank you to the vessel and to the others that we know about this and that we are able to share. May I also say a prayer of thank you to the rest of the part of the world who is in darkness due to war and due to poverty and due to the massive drugs explosion that has affected almost every country in the world. Thank you, God, for listening to this prayer. Amen.
Sister, what a beautiful prayer you have just spoken. First and foremost, I must say to you, never apologize within your prayer. When you spoke of your words, they came from the heart, but you also took time to think of what you was about to say, so that your prayer could go into a direction that you were sending the love towards. A prayer is but simple. Words from the heart are more meaningful than you realize. You see, my dear, many cannot say a prayer because they have no feeling with it. They say that they are but words. Words are many, but when it comes from the heart, it sends out a vibration towards the world. It sends a vibration to the group. It sends a vibration to the vessel that we use. Everything is important. So, my child, when a prayer is spoken and you stop to think, do not apologize, because you have taken the time to send the thought into the direction. You spoke of the darkness within the world, sending those words, the vibrations from your heart is sending love to all, to strangers you have never met before, people that are in need. You are giving upliftment. When you ask of that, to bring that of healing, to bring peace, to take away from the darkness into the light, those words are very important. There are many within your life, forgive me for saying, that are very selfish. Many will say a prayer, but they pray not for others. They pray for themselves. That is selfishness. Do not think of yourself, think of others, 'cause as you give, so shall you receive. I love to come within your group. I love to listen to the words you speak. Many times I will step aside to let Sufena come forward to speak to you, but I do not leave you. I listen to you. I listen to the questions that you ask. I listen to the answers you receive. And once the group has ended, and you speak among yourselves, both myself and Sophia stay. We listen to your words. We listen to your conversation. We listen to the conversation. There is much we listen to, and because we do, we understand much of each and every one of you. You see, many times the words will be spoken. Ask, you will receive. Seek, and you shall find. Knock, the doors will open. You're asking of Saphina. The answer is given, which shows you are seeking. And because you are seeking, you are searching. Because you are searching, you are opening your mind, the third eye, to more of the insight of spirit. But once the group has ended, we listen to the conversation, and you say things among yourselves that you have not spoken of when you've spoken to Saphina. Words were spoken in a week past that said to that, why is it I get confused? Because I see other trance mediums, and one says one thing, another says another thing to the same question. It is bringing confusion to me. I will say to you, brothers and sisters, listen to me. When you see that of Savannah that comes before you, she will give the answer of truth towards you, because you see, she goes through the school of learning. She is constantly learning, gaining great knowledge to share. She has found a vessel that is worthy to be used. There are many other trance mediums whose guides do not go to the school of learning. They do not gain the same knowledge, but they can if they wanted to. But it does bring confusion to man that is searching for the truth. So I will say these words to you, brothers and sisters. Will you see your brothers? Always remember these things, because they are important. First of all, how long has that trans medium been serving of spirit? How much knowledge has their guide gained through that of knowledge in spirit? Ask yourself that question, and then I will say to you, go by your feelings, and what you feel is right for you. You accept it, hold on to it, because that is how you gain the knowledge of truth. Now I must pass you to Savannah. She has been waiting for you. God bless you, my friends.
Hello, my friends. It is lovely to be here, able to come and speak to you once again. But wasn't it beautiful to hear the words from that of Lavinda speaking to you, knowing that we listen to everything? You see, my brothers, my sisters, many will say, why do we listen? We make jest of it by saying we are nosy. We like to know what is going on. Yes, we do like to know what is going on. We like to know first and foremost that we have been working in a true spiritual way by using the vessel in a true spiritual way and helping each and every one to gain greater knowledge of spirit. So we have to listen, we have to feel, we have to sense. So you see, my children, we do not just come to speak the words of the answers to your questions. We have to know everything about you yourself, because you see, we too gain great knowledge from you with the questions that you ask. There are those that will say, I do not like to ask the question, it sounds silly. It may sound silly, but to you, you would not ask the question if it did not mean something towards you. This is the most important thing, learning to open up your heart, open up your mind, learn to sense, learn to feel, learn to have the confidence to ask of your questions, because as you seek, you shall find. Now, my children, I am waiting to hear your questions, and I will act accordingly. God bless you.
Good evening, sister.
Hello, my brother. Lovely to hear your voice again.
Thank you. It's quite a coincidence because me and my sister was speaking about this today. Spirit usually work more in depth on their feelings rather than language. So though words can mean words, if the heart, like you said, is not open, then spirit can't attach to those vibrations and energies to deliver the conveyances, what they're trying to really seek from their inner spirit. And when people overthink a question, it denses the vibrations because they're focused on the language and the structure rather than what their heart's appealing from in the core of it.
That is true, my brother. You see, let me explain something to you. Every word is but a word, but when it is spoken, we listen to the vibrations of the word that is spoken. We feel if it is one that is true or one that is empty. That is why many times I come before you and I come before the group and I say to you, ask you will receive, seek you shall find, knock and the door will open. You have to learn to work with the vibrations of sense, of feelings. You do not understand this, my brother, but I will explain to you. Many of the mediums within life that are true to spirit, they work on the vibration. They work on vibration. They do not always find the way to speak words. So they work with their senses, what they are feeling. And because they are sensing, because they are feeling, the being that has spoken to them within life, they find it within them because they feel the suffering, they feel the pain, they feel the love, they feel the anguish. There is so much you learn through sensing, brother. And that is why many, when you ask questions, Speak of what you truly feel,
Mm.
and let the words be spoken from the heart. You understand?
Absolutely, sister, and that was very well put into words towards us, because it is what I've been thinking about today. So everything always works as inspiration, and it has been a conversation and a theme that I've kind of thought about today. So
Please forgive me. I know that people are waiting, but I have to explain something to you, which hopefully will help you to understand. The reason we speak of the sensing, the feelings, because within your life, within the spiritual movement, almost everything that is worked within that of the spiritual faith is by sensing, by feeling. When you do that of water readings, you are working with the energy, so you must sense of the energies. When you do that of psychometry, you are working with the energy, so you must learn to sense, you must learn to feel. And when you are doing a reading of one-to-ones, you must feel the energies from the being that is before you. And when they speak, you sense of what their anguishes are, and you work upon giving them the truth and connecting with their loved ones who can also come forward are the vibrations of sensing and feelings. You understand?
absolutely, sister. Thank you for that. May I ask for permission to allow people in the group to ask their questions to you tonight?
Yes, my brother. I always look forward to hearing the questions. God bless
Thank you. God bless. So the first person on the list tonight is Dave. I'm just going to unmute you, Dave. There you go.
Thank you. Good evening, sister.
Hello, my brother. Long time since I have heard your voice, and it is lovely to have you here in the group once again.
Thank you. Thank you. It is funny about you saying that the questions sound silly to yourself, because I've actually sat here, I've thought my question over, and the more I thought about it, the sillier it sounds. But it was a question I wanted to ask anyway. So
good for you, my brother. Good for you, because it is there within you.
Yeah, it's about healing and being in a trance state. I do. Well, I don't do healing. They do healing through me, spirit, and I also sit in trance. I personally feel that I'd like to progress and trance heal. How do I just sit back and let it happen and they decide, or can I actually push myself forward?
My brother, you cannot do anything. You cannot. You may say, I will sit and I will push myself. I will learn to do this. I will learn to do that. A true healer has the gift, and it is your guide that brings that of the healing towards you and through you. There will be many helpers that will also come and bring that of the energies of the healing through you to others within life. You say you would like to be a trance healer. Let me explain something to you, brother. First and foremost, the important thing you must learn to do is to go deep. And when I say deep, I mean deep into that of the meditation, so that your body and your mind and your heart is as one, at peace. And while you're at peace within that of the deepness of trance, that is when your guide has greater power to share to others. But brother, before that you do this, you must make a list of all that you wish to send the healing to. And as you make the list, before you go into your deepness, You call upon your guide and ask for the healing to be sent while you are in your deepness, because that is how you go deeper into trance. That is how you can spread the strong energies to those within life and those around you. You understand?
Yeah, I do sit in meditation, and I bring in the people that need healing into my meditation, and also bring my guides. And I have healing guides at the moment. I know because they made themselves known.
Brother, can I just say something to you, which is making me laugh, brother? You only have one guide, but you have many helpers that will work with you. So you see, when you speak of your guides, there is one guide, many helpers. The healing angels will attach themselves to your brother. You are doing the right things. You are letting your guide take you deeper, and you are letting your inner spirit become at peace with body and of mind. That is the only way that you will ever progress into the trance of the healing. There are many that will say, I want to be a trance surgeon. Man cannot be a trance surgeon because if you're in a trance, you cannot go to do any healing in that direction. You understand?
Okay, yeah, yeah.
You see, my brother, you say your question sounded silly. To me, that was a positive question and one that you just needed reassurance on. You understand?
I do. Yeah, I do.
You continue, my brother. You are doing well, and we in spirit know this. God bless you. Do you have another question, my brother?
No, I don't. No.
God bless you.
Actually, I do. Sorry.
That's okay.
Again, it's I sit in a closed circle, and towards the end of the circle, when most people have left, there's only 2 or 3 of us left. I tend to do philosophical speaking. It's not me in myself. It's spirit are coming through and speaking through me. I've no idea what I say. My posture changes, my hands change. I don't know why. It only happens towards the end of the night when there's only a couple of people around rather than the beginning.
My brother, let me explain first of all to you. When you say at the end of the evening, you sit and you let spirit take control of the voice. You are not in what we call a deepness of trance. You are overshadowed. And that is a good thing for you, my brother. You are what we call the beginner. And because you are the beginner, this shows that while you are overshadowed, spirit are trying to take full control of your voice box and your voice vibration. And once they have taken full control, your words will come so smoothly to you that the vibrations, that as you speak, others will listen. They will sit upon the edge of the chair. They love to hear your words of philosophy. You see, brother, if you was to say, I know what I'm saying, then I would say, this is not true. This is not you connecting, but you are overshadowed. You continue to do this, my brother. The more you do it, the stronger your spirit guide can come through you and take control. You understand?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
God bless you, my brother.
Thank you very much.
Right. The next person on the list is Elaine. I'm just going to mute you now, Elaine. There you go.
Thank you. Hello, Stefana.
Hello, my dear. I am saying nothing to you this week after the week passed. God bless you. What is your question, my dear?
My question is, everything in life is quite fast paced at times. And I was wondering how that affects our spirituality.
My dear, let me explain to you. You should not be asking that question because the answer has been given to you many, many times. And I will explain to you. My child, you said that the world is running so fast and you wish for it to slow down from time to time because you say, does it hinder that of your knowledge and understandings and connection with spirit? You have heard said many times, there are two trains at a train station. One is the fast train, the other is the slow train. There are many that want to catch the fast train to get to their destination quickly. But when they gain that knowledge that they get within their life by speeding on the fast train, it is very little. But one that goes upon the slow train, and the journey is long, yes, but look at what you see. Look at what you hear. Look at what you feel. And as you're going along slowly upon the train that is going at a pace that is just nice and steady, when you reach your destination, look at the knowledge you have received of those upon that of the fast train. They are way behind you, you understand?
Yes, I do understand that, Safena.
You see, my child, I have a lot of respect for you because I have seen slow steps from you, but I have seen you progress. I see now that you are beginning to sense, you are beginning to feel, you are beginning to open up more. This you are gaining because you are being nurtured in a true spiritual way. Slowly, slowly but surely. You can also look at it in another way, my dear. You have heard that of the saying within life, the tortoise and the hare. The hare ran forward and with confidence said, I am going to win. But a disturbance came and the hare looked in a different direction and the snail won the race. You understand?
I do, Safena. Thank you for that.
You have another question, my dear?
I do. And I was wondering if you would be able to give us any more knowledge about what goes on at the hospital in spirit.
My child, this will be very simple to say to you. Those that are taken into the hospitals within the realms of spirit, they are not the same hospitals as you have within your material life. It is an hospital that is shown to man as though it is one exactly the same as life. But what it is, we're in the realms of spirit. We see those that have suffered within their material life. And when they are taken into what you call the hospital in spirit, they are taken and they are being shown how much they have suffered and how we can take away the suffering, how we can take away the pain. We help them to become stronger within their spirit itself, and to make the spirit stronger makes that of those that are in the realms of spirit in their hospitals. They are then going forward and they are being released of pain, suffering, sorrow, and they are brought into what they are, the spirit of light, a spirit of love. And when they go forward and they are taken from that hospital, they are then shown. They are then shown of the realms in front of them in its glory. But they are also shown as well those that have been left behind. And many will say, I want to return. I want to see them. I want to be around them. What can I do? We then explain to them, they can return, but not within life. They can only return for a short period of time, just to let them know that all is well and that spirit is still with them, within their hearts and within their minds. But then once this is done, they are taken into the realms of spirit and they go forward into their new lives. You understand?
I do understand, Safena. And does that mean then they can't, once they've gone into the realms of spirit and they're progressing forwards, then they wouldn't be able to then come back and see their...
Oh, yes, my dear. They can still go forward within the realms of spirit. And when the vibrations of man within life is calling out for help, they will sense it, they will feel it, and they will be asking for permission from that of the elders. Please allow me, my children, my brothers, my sisters, my father, my uncle, my grandfather, they are in need. Please allow me to be there for them, to reassure them that I am taking care of them. You understand?
I do, Safena. Thank you so much for your answers.
My child, it is a pleasure to speak, but you see, man tends to think that once the body is no more, that the spirit goes forward into the realms of spirit and breaks the link, the tie with their loved ones they have left behind. We do not, we cannot. Even I, myself, from time to time, I hear the calling of my ancestors. I go back to them. But then there are times when I hear the calling of those that are well in front of my period of life into your century. They are still connected. They are still connected through that of what you call that of the cyst within yourself. And I say cyst because you see, within life, there is something that spreads within you. It is called a gene. And that gene is spread throughout. You understand?
I do. Thank you so much, Safena.
You are welcome, my child.
Yeah. I may ask a quick question here, just so I don't forget it, sister, if I may.
No.
Okay, bye.
my dear brother, you are welcome. What is your question, please?
Just with the ending there, I've heard about Silver Birch. He always labels the laws. He'll say law of attraction, law of repulsion, law of giving and receiving. But he has used the law of inheritance before. So with the inheritance of ancestors and those who come forward from us, is that part of that law? Is it the energies within that law that helps you connect to those who's your offspring, to also those who's been there before you, your ancestors? Is it like a long chain, like the guides?
It is, my brother. You please forgive me as I say this to you. You look back at time when man began. Part of them, their cells, the genes within them, when they have children of their own, part of the gene is spread within. And when they too have children, the gene is spread within. And it goes on such and such. So those of your past are also your present. Because you see, you are connected to together. And when you leave up the physical body and go into the realms of spirit, you do not just see the loved ones that you have grown up with in life. You go back into the times and you go back into the history to see where you came from, how you have grown, how you have changed, how things have changed. You understand?
Yes, it's like the knowledge from the halls of learning about the chain of evolution.
Exactly, my brother. Exactly.
It leads me to this other quick one. When spiritual investigators go to places like buildings where a group of people's passed away, you'll be able to see the faces in the stones, but then you'll be able to also sense that they were trapped and stuff. But you can also go to places of nature and you can make out the spirituality where people have passed around that area, yet the energy is somehow synced into either the plants or the brick. Is that also part of inheriting? Is it because they pass away and some of their energy gets left behind to the part where it sticks on?
Yes, it is, my brother. You see, you do not understand this, Valley. You have spoke and you say that when they investigate and they go to buildings, they see faces within that of the brickwork. You have seen that for yourself, but at the same time, you can see as you look into the trees, you can sometimes, within that of the bark, see that of a face. You will look into that of the sky, and you can see in the clouds that of a face. You can look into the ground. Spirit will show themselves in many ways to man, because man has touched the earth. It has touched so much, and part of the energies within that of man can be placed just by the simplest of touch. And this is part of all that we speak of when we say part of the gene. You will understand when I say this to you, my brother. In your modern day of life, scientists, they have learned to work and understand of the fingers. They learn to understand that everyone leaves that of a fingerprint, no matter what they touch, you understand, and it is recognized. So you see, when others within your life that call themselves investigators, they go because they have learned to sense, to feel. They have opened their eyes to that of the knowledge that has been given from spirit that will show us sign, you understand?
Yeah, so instead of physical fingerprints, it's spiritual fingerprints.
Exactly, my brother, exactly. So you see, this is why when I come before you, I love to hear such questions as you have spoken, because there is more to learn and understand about the knowledge of spirit. Because you see, we are not just an energy that has gone before. We are an energy that has been spread throughout. You understand?
Thank you, sister. That's closed a lot of doors on why I've been thinking about that for a while. Thank you.
Always remember this, my brother. Every breath you take and every breath you release, it's part of you, and it goes through that of the energies of life, and it will spread. You understand?
Thank you, sister. Yes, I do. Thank you.
God bless you.
So now we have lovely Kate, who's next on the list. I'm just going to mute you, Kate. There you go.
Good evening, Sister Savannah.
Hello, my beautiful lady. Hearing your voice means so much to me. Please, I must explain something to you. Others within the group may be a little jealous because I love to hear your voice, but they do not understand. When you speak, it is the vibration within the words the vibration that has upliftment within. And I love to feel that vibration, so I love to hear your voice. What is your question, my dear?
Right. Well, thank you for that. My question is, as you know, for the last couple of years, because you've been supporting me, I have not been so well, and I've been very down about things. But I'm becoming much better now, and I've started to find my center again. So I feel more based and grounded, and my power is returning to me in a little bit of a different place, but it's there. Now, an abundance of love and healing has been given to me, both from spirit and from people. And I'm now finding that I'm able to respond to that and return some of that love back again. I'm going to start trying meditating again. So look for the light in me, because for the life of me, I can't see it. I know it's there because I can feel it. Now, my question is meditation and prayer the best way forward at this stage in my healing, I suppose?
My dear child, may I first speak to you on the words you have just spoken. You have said, for the couple of your years of life, you have not been well, and you have felt the draining of the body. You have felt that of the ailments. It has caused you to be depressed. First and foremost, my dear, I have to say these words, so please forgive.
That's fine.
You are getting old. And because you are getting old, before you was full of life, you was full of energy. You had no ailments placed upon you. But now it's all coming to you all at once, and it worries you. So you fear of the worst, and you think, oh my dear, I can't cope anymore. I can't carry on. I am lost. I am wondering where I am going. What is happening? You have been given healing in abundance, and you are finding yourself once again. Yes, my child, you are getting old within the body, but you are a young woman within the spirit. And it's your inner spirit now that is fighting to take control once again. And this is your time now to start to open up to the entities and energies of spirit that once was. And yes, my dear, meditation, yes, prayer is very important. But you have got to learn now to understand I am living again, and I am open to the entities and the energies of spirit, and I will receive all that is given, whether it be that of healing, whether it be that of philosophy, whether it be that of the sight, whether it be that of the sensing. We will work with you, my child. This is your time. You are becoming stronger within yourself. Remember, the body is old, but the spirit within is young. You understand?
Yes, I do. I do.
My child, I can tell you, the way that you had that little bit of a laugh, you haven't lost the young lady that once was, you understand?
Yes, I do.
God bless you. Do you have another question, my dear?
Not at this moment, but God bless you and thank you for that.
Bless you, my child.
Right, the next person on the list is lovely Marie. Just going to mute you now, Marie. There you go.
Thank you. Good evening, Savannah.
Hello, my dear. Lovely to hear your voice again.
Oh, thank you. So my question is, when animals pass over to spirit, what happens to them?
My child, let me explain something to you. This question has been asked long before you came into the group. An animal within life has a spirit within, and the spirit within is taken to that of the realms of spirit. They are not taken to the realms of spirit where man is concerned. They are taken to one side and they join together with all other animals that once walked up the earth, and they become as one. You see, animals within life cannot speak to man through words, but that of the spirit of an animal in the animal kingdom, they can converse with each other by their senses, by their feelings, you understand.
Yes.
Many times, man has said, how can an animal speak to man? If only man could look at what an animal is saying to them every day. I would take, for instance, a cat. A cat will speak to man in many different ways. They do not open their mouth and say, good morning, how are you? What they do is they will curl upon your knee and they will purr because they're happy to be with you and they're letting you know that they are happy to be close to you. There are those that will crawl upon towards your shoulder so that the back legs are dangling, but that of the front legs are over your shoulder, and they are giving you a hug, and they are rubbing their head against your face. They are saying to you, I love you, I'm here for you. And many times, when a cat will lick upon the body, they lick in an area where there are ailments, and they will be giving healing. You see, so an animal in many ways can speak to man, but man does not look at what they are doing, so they do not understand what they are saying. You understand?
Yes, yes, I do, thank you.
You
Yes.
know, my child, it is always a pleasure to hear the words that man, a few are very disappointing towards us, but when man says, I wish that I could understand what my cat, what my dog is saying to me, if only they took the time to watch their reactions and listen to what is being said through actions, you understand?
Yes.
Has that answered the question for you, my dear?
Yes, yes, it has. Thank you, Savannah.
Is there anything else you would like to ask, my dear?
Oh yes, hundreds of things. But for now, for now, how best can I help anxious animals on the earth plane? How best could I help them?
By doing the simplest of things. Give them comfort. Give them reassurance. When you see of an animal that is distressed, a cat, again I come, will sometimes claw out and scratch. That is because they're saying, please help me. Please come and give me some reassurance. So what do? You pick up the cat. You place it on the knee. You stroke it on its head and down its back. You tickle up its tummy. And the cat itself then feels reassured, feels that of comfort, and starts to grow and understand what you are saying to them and giving them that of courage to go forward, you understand?
Yes, yes, thank you.
It is the simplest of things, my dear, that man must always remember. When you give of yourself and you show to the creatures up there that the love is within you, they will embrace it, they will accept it, they will feel the happiness, and they will enjoy their lives around you. You understand?
Yes, thank you, I do.
God bless you, my dear.
Thank you so much, Savannah. Thank you.
My spacebar didn't work then. Right, the next person on the list is lovely Susie. Just going to mute you, Susie. She's done it herself. There you go.
Oh, thank you. Okay, my first question is, how do I communicate with Stefinga?
My child, you say, how can I communicate with Lavinda?
No, she mentioned her mainstay sister.
Please forgive. You are at a distance with your voice, so may you please speak loud and clear.
Okay. How do I communicate with Stefinga?
My child, I will, please forgive, I understand you now. But you see, let me tell you, you must call towards them. You must call through the thought waves, not through the voice. Because when you call to them through the thought waves, let me explain to you, when you are in your silence of night and you lay with your head upon the pillow, call to your main guide and say, please, I wish to understand more of you. I wish to connect with you. I wish to sense your presence. I would love to see you in front of me. The more you do it, and the deeper you go within your relaxation, they will make their presence known towards you, and they will make sure that you see a vision of them, even if it is through your thought wave. And once you start to allow them to come close, you must learn to trust your guide. Many men will say, I trust my guide. But when things go wrong, they say, where are they? Why are they here? That is because they do not have confidence. They do not trust. Whatever comes within your life, the difficulties that you face, always turn to your guide. Just because you do not see them, just because you do not feel them, does not mean to say they are not there helping you, guiding you. They are. And once you learn to trust with them, then as the time goes by, you look at the difficulties that you were facing. You will say, now I can see they helped me. They gave me strength. They gave me guidance. And that is how you learn to find trust within your guide. And it does not happen overnight, my dear. It may take time, but you will connect. You will gain. But the most important thing of all, as you will receive, yes, you will sense. And once you have learned to sense, you will then learn to connect in a stronger way. You understand?
I think so, yeah. That sounds reasonable.
My child, please forgive. You see, I hear your words and I understand. Because you see, you too need reassurance within yourself that what you are seeing, what you are feeling, what you are sensing is truth of spirit. Because my dear child, the mind can play many tricks of upon you. And this is why I say to you, learn to trust. Go by your feelings. Go by your senses. Because you see, you are being given a gift. And a gift is that of the senses, that of the vibrations of touch. You understand?
Yes.
So, my child, do not think that you have not received your answer. This is where now you are being challenged. This is where you are being tested. This is why you must now find your way forward by learning to trust. You understand?
Yes.
God bless you. Do you have another question, my dear?
Yeah, my other question is, what direction would you advise me to go with my life? It's a big question.
Let me explain to you, my dear. I cannot answer that question because I will explain to you. First of all, I cannot tell you what direction to go within your life because you have free will. I may say towards you, I see a direction that is in front of you.
Okay.
And I can show you the direction. But you have free will to say, thank you for giving me those answers, but that isn't what I want. You understand? So
Yes.
therefore, my dear, you must first of all find deep within yourself what you truly want to do and where you want to be for your future. And you must be determined within yourself. It will not be easy to achieve or to succeed. But once you know what you want within yourself and you know that you will not change your mind, that is when we can come forward to give you the guidance, to give you the strength and say to you, go forward in the direction that you're feeling, you understand?
Yes.
You see, my child, let me explain something to you. It is very easy for one man to say to another, I like the road I walk. Why don't you join me? Come along. And as you're going on that journey, you like what you have, but you're still not sure that it's the journey you want to go upon. So therefore you start to question, you start to doubt, and then you say, thank you for inviting me, but it isn't my journey. That is free will. You see, you decided, I don't want to go on that journey with that being. I want to do something completely different, something that is what I want to do, not what others tell me to do. Free will. You understand?
Yes.
God bless you, my dear.
Thank you.
Right, does anyone else have any questions if they would like to raise their hands now to be added to the list? So I'm going to add you, Elaine, and then Marie again, and that's it for now. If not, type it in chat, please. You're always allowed to ask 2 extra questions. So I'll go on and put myself now and then go to Elaine and Marie. Sister, may I ask a question, please?
You may, my brother.
It's been a while since I've asked for guidance spiritually, so I think it'd be a good idea to ask if I can get some spiritual guidance with things coming up.
My brother, I have watched over you for quite some time. I have seen the changes that come upon you. I have seen the difficulties that you have faced. I have seen you lose confidence within yourself, and you lost yourself for a short period of time. You are now finding that confidence once again within yourself, and you're asking now, what does the future hold for me spiritually? You are being given an opportunity very soon, my brother, where you will be given the chance to open up to man the knowledge that you have within yourself, either by giving words of philosophy and address, or whether you feel confident enough to link with your guide and give messages to man within life. The opportunities are now in front of you, but you, my brother, you have to find the confidence within yourself and to say, I'm going to prove my worth, not to spirit, but to yourself. You understand?
Yes, sister, I really needed those words to hear and be able to process them. That's exactly what I needed in my insight. Thank you.
My brother, you are welcome, because we will not fail you as you will not fail us. It is all about finding the confidence within you. You let your guide come forward. Let them take control. Let them bring the words, because it will be spirit that will be working through you with the words that are given, not of yourself. At this moment of time, when you speak words, you question yourself straight afterwards by saying, have I done the right thing? You understand?
I do, yes.
Do not question yourself, brother. You are being inspired to bring the words, and the words are true. And that is what you must learn to do in the future now, to open yourself to the energies of spirit, and the energies of man, to do the bidding of God the Father. You understand?
Yes, sister, thank you.
My brother, I will tell you something.
Mhm.
I make a promise, and I keep my promises. I will speak to the vessel, and I will ask him to give to you more of an opportunity to prove your worth. You understand?
Thank you, sister. It does. This is a quick one as well. There was something yesterday actually with my sister. I had a feeling like I had an answer to a question to her, but I didn't give it her. I wrote it on Facebook to send to her, but I was too afraid to say it because I was so focused on it being wrong. But obviously it ended up being right, and with her vehicle as well, that's kind of turned out correct as well. How do I know when it's Raoul who's giving me the words, and how do I know not let my anxiety take over, where I can just trust and flow with it?
Brother, let me explain something to you. There are many within life that are not as gifted as yourself with the connections of the energies of spirit. And what happens is, they guide from time to time as they speak to loved ones within life without realizing they are sensing. They speak words, and afterwards they say, I wish I hadn't said those words. But the words that have given upliftment and courage to those within. You say you had that of a sense to say something to your sister, but you did not, because you felt that it was not right. That was you that was feeling that, not your spirit within. And when you spoke, as you say, through the typing of the machine, then she could understand it. You should learn to understand the feelings of spirit, the energies of spirit, and the feelings of your sister, and act accordingly, my brother. Do not look and say, I should not have. You've got to learn. This is part of you and your confidence, you understand?
Yes, sister, I need to change my perception in some ways.
We will help you.
Thank you.
God bless you.
God bless you. So the next person now on the list is Elaine, and then towards Marie. Just unmuting you now, Elaine.
Thank you. Hello again, Savannah.
Hello, my dear. What is your question?
I'll do my best. Bear with me because I'm not 100% sure if this will make sense. But I was thinking about, you know, what is behind the force of different energies, and I was thinking about sort of expression and emotion. Like, for example, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. So the energies that help, you know, that bring you down towards the vessel. You know, that's the love and the want to serve and all these sorts of things, you know, and there's energy behind. So I was thinking about entities and just thinking how things can move around and sort of stuff like that. Is it emotion that's behind some of these energies that can...
My child, from what I can understand from what you are saying, let me explain something to you. Everything comes down to the sensing. The sensing. And when you sense, you act accordingly to the vibrations that are around you. So you see, when you are around beings and you are sensing that they are low, that is because your inner spirit is making you feel the energies. So you act accordingly to give reassurance, to give guidance, you understand. And this is all part of working with your guide and gaining greater understanding of your knowledge to connect with spirit. It is not an easy path to take because there is so much that you have to learn. But the simplest things of all are the hardest things of all. How many times have you sensed but ignored? How many times have you felt and you have ignored? How many times have you seen but ignored? This is all part and parcel, my child, of learning to progress so that you can connect, so that you can work with all the vibrations of the energies that are around you, and you can link into that of the spiritual and of the material, you understand?
I do, Savannah. Thank you for that, because I wasn't quite sure how I was going to structure that question, but that's, again, a brilliant answer.
My child, let me explain something to you. You have taken the time to sit and think about what you was about to ask. But within yourself, you are not sure that you are speaking in a right manner by placing the words. Always remember, when you are speaking to spirit, speak as yourself. Be natural as yourself. Because we in spirit, we prefer men within life to be themselves and speak in the manner that they do. Do not try to change it, to make it fit. You've got to remember, we understand you more than you understand of yourself. You understand this?
Yes, I do, Savannah. Thank you for that.
You are welcome, my dear.
Bless you. Right, so the next person on the list is Marie. Just going to mute you, Marie. Yep.
Yes, hello again, Savannah.
Hello, my dear. What is your question, please?
So my next question is, if you can possibly help me with, is it possible that mankind will be able to stop misusing animals, as in experimenting for medical purposes? Will there come a time that they can stop doing that?
Yes, my dear, that we are working on at this moment of time. There are many things that we look at within the realms of spirit. Unfortunately, we cannot change the minds of men, and they call themselves scientists, and we can use an animal that can make up a lipstick to make someone look beautiful. We can use of an animal, and we can use part of what is within them that can help to ease the ailments of man. There are many gifts that we have been given within life where we can use that of what comes natural that grows within the ground of the earth. They do not need to use that of an animal for any kind of experiment. It's that they are lazy. They do not look towards the plants that are in the ground. They do not look to the roots within the ground. They do not look at the earth with the ground itself. There is so much there that scientists need to look at, and they will find there are many things that can ease that of man and the ailments they have without being cruel to an animal that is suffering unnecessarily. We are working towards that, my child. You understand?
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you.
You see, my dear, when you look at a tree is not but a tree. When you look into the roots, there are many of the aisles that gives life to the tree, that can give life to man and ease the ailments, you understand. And when they examine some of that of the tree without killing the tree, they are not harming. All they are doing is they're releasing some from it and helping man within the ailments. You understand?
Yes, yes, thank you.
There is so much, my child. I wish that man would learn now and not wait for the future, where man will wake up and they will wake up and stand up for the animals and say, enough is enough. You understand?
Yes, yes.
God bless you, my dear.
I hope that time comes sooner than later. Thank you so much.
My child, I wish I could say to you, yes, we do. But you see what you have within life. You have a time. Here in spirit, we don't have time as you of the earth. So we cannot say to you whether it will be a year, 10 years, or 50 years. But we can see it coming about. But it will take of your time. You understand?
Yes, yes, thank you. I do.
God bless you, my dear.
Thank you.
Right, that's the last person on the list, unless anyone else has any final questions to ask our sister. You can raise your hand now. Right. Would you be able to give the final philosophy, sister, and return the vessel?
I shall do, my brother.
Thank you.
Brothers, sisters, it is always an honor, it is always a privilege to come into your group, and it is always an honor to use the vessel that I speak through. I will say to you, brothers and sisters, I, Sabina, I walked the earth, I walked within life. I did not have it as easy as many would think. Yes, a high priestess. Yes, I can link with the elders, the gods. And yes, I used to work with that of those around me, which were my servants. But I felt, and there was many times when I was called upon to do the rituals to help our gods as we thought was right at the time. No one felt the pain that I was feeling. no one would see the tears that would flow within me. Many will say she had a good life, a high priestess. She was taken care of. Yes, materially I was, but spiritually I was not. That is why I love to come to speak to men. That is why I go to the school of learning, because there is so much that I want to learn so that I can share with men, so that they can understand. It is not just the linking with the loved ones in spirit, connecting with their guides. There is much more for man to learn. And that is why I leave you with the words. Use your senses, use your vibrations. Remember, it is that is important. So I leave those words with you and say to you, I will now hand back to our brother, and I will say, hopefully I will see you very soon. God bless you.
And it is always a privilege to come and know that Spirit Divine attends our prayers. And they do attend our prayers, friends. You know, many times people don't understand. I lay within my bed. I sit within the darkness. I look up towards the ceiling and I pray. Pray to God. Pray to the elders and pray to my spirit helpers, to my guide. And I also pray to my inner spirit. And every day that I awake, I thank them for the breath I breathe, for the sight I see, and the movements of my limbs. I do not take anything for granted. I have learnt the most important thing of all. God does work in mysterious ways, and he works in ways that man will never understand. So I say God bless you and thank you all.